if you could, just tell us about the night that was okay. You initially, before the incident, met Michael Irvin, correct? And saw him, just got talking to him, and so on.
Yeah, we were sitting at a table off to the side,
Hmm.
and we noticed. I mean, Michael is actually the guy that I was with. Joe was pointed over and said, "Hey, I think that's Michael Irvin." And I looked and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it is!" Right? He's a
Hmm.
big, imposing dude, still in like ridiculous shape, which was actually what we're talking about. And so, as like just NFL fans, we said, "Can we buy Michael Irvin a drink?"
Hmm.
And the waitress went over, came back and said, Michael said he really appreciates, he can't have a drink. He has to wake up tomorrow morning or whatever. Michael then came over and said, "Hey guys, thank you so much. I have to be up at 8 a.m. about on ESPN tomorrow morning." And he started to talk to us about like what they're going to be covering, etc. And he said, "I got to go to sleep, can't have a drink, but if you guys want to grab a picture, we can go outside." Because he didn't want to take one in the restaurant for whatever reason. And we
So
went
did he
outside.
did he seem like he was drunk, slurring his
No, I
speech
mean,
at all, or stumbling?
no, I wouldn't. I don't know what he was drinking before he saw us, but I know that when we offered him a drink, he denied it, and he wasn't like drunk. He wasn't like drunk or intoxicated or like stumbling or anything like that at all. So if he had a cocktail or two, I'm not sure, but he definitely wasn't
Hmm.
like drunk by any stretch.
Okay, that's interesting. And so, he
Yeah,
you
we went
ask him for a
outside.
picture, or do you offer to take a picture
Yeah, we
with
went
you?
outside, and some other guy that happened to be a Miami fan was snapping pictures, and which ended up becoming interesting because when I ended up hearing about the story, that's how I realized the timing of things. But when we walked back in, he was going to his hotel or going to the elevator, get to his room, and we
Hmm.
were going back in the restaurant. And that's when the person that worked there, whether she was a waitress or bartender, came around the corner and kind of intersected and grabbed him there, and they
Okay,
started
quick question.
having a
Okay,
conversation.
so I want to ask this because I think this is crucial to a lot of the whole thing. So when you guys went out, took the picture, you're coming back. Did he initiate the conversation, or did she initiate the conversation? Because Marriott says he flagged her down.
Yeah, no, he was going directly back to his room. He was done. He was done before he even talked to us. If we didn't stop him, he would have gone to his room then. He was going directly to his room, and she came around the corner, just the way that the bar was structured, the lounge was structured,
Hmm.
and like came to that corner first, and then bumped into him, and they had a very normal conversation from everything that I saw and then heard with an earshot. It was just a normal, I don't know, 30-second minute conversation. It seemed like, and that was it.
Now, okay, again, I was not there, and we only
Mhm.
had the one camera angle that was there. But from the angle I was looking at, because part of the point of contention is that Michael Irvin touched her on the arm, and she took herself back like he had said something on there. Were they standing? It looked like they were standing in the walkway, because I noticed in the videos that there's people walking back and forth. So to me, it felt like that's an entranceway in there. Is it possible they were in the entranceway and he said, "Oh, let's get out the entranceway," and touched her on the arm? They Because it looked like they both stepped in unison and they moved out into the corridor. Is that did could you tell
Yeah,
if they
because
were in
the way
the
it is like
entranceway?
when you walk in from the outside, it's like one of the entrances to the hotel. So it's like the main thoroughfare area. And they were, I guess, technically, if other people were walking, they'd been in the way. So they kind of scooted over a bit.
Hmm.
But I mean, to say that again, it was such a quick conversation. And yeah, they moved over to the side and just had a quick, kind of friendly back and forth. And that was it. And she went back to work and he went up to his room and at that point that was the end of the story for me. It wasn't that notable until 2 days later when I read the article.
Okay. So you didn't think that there was anything. So when did you
No.
first learn about the whole allegations then?
I get that was on a Sunday night. So Tuesday morning I woke up and was just scrolling through the news, and I said it's the heading that I read said, Michael Irvin sexual misconduct.
Hmm.
And as I said, right
Good,
away
James.
I was like, oh shit, like, you know, I just met this guy or just saw this guy last night, took pictures, and now something like this happened. Never even registered that it was that night.
Hmm.
Through people that we both know that bumped into each other, I got a phone and said, Bryn, I'm here with some of the people that know Michael, and you were with him that night. And I couldn't believe it. It didn't even cross my mind.
Hmm.
Um, And what I thought was pretty cool that I hadn't shared with anybody just because I hadn't come up is eventually Michael Irvin's agent called me,
Yeah.
and it wasn't like you would think. It was a pretty like stern conversation, and I think he
What's
wanted to
up,
make sure that I
Gina?
was actually there at this point. No video was released, and he tried to fumble me up by on purpose, I think, to make sure that I wasn't being misleading. So he said, "Hey, you guys came back in, and Michael started talking to these two women." And I said, "Hey, listen, if it's two women, then we're talking about different conversations. I saw him talk to a woman at the corner of that bar, whatever."
Hmm.
He said, "You're right. Okay, keep on going." And I thought that was, I respected him for making sure that I wasn't just
Just
going along with
bullshitting
the
them. Yeah.
story. Yeah.
Interesting.
And yeah, it was fascinating that it was that night because again, it was just like a conversation that anybody would have in passing and
Hmm.
friendly. I was shocked to hear the whole thing.
What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here. As always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I'm on the road again here. Tonight's the last night. Tomorrow I'll be going back home. Been working and busting a tail on the red brick house, and just it's been rolling along and doing really good. Usually I only stay, 1 or 2 days or maybe 3 days. This time I've been here since Friday. So this is my second, no, actually third live stream. Is it third or second? Third live stream from here. So you're probably getting used to seeing my mother-in-law's house. So we have some breaking news on the Cowboys. Um, the question we have to ask ourselves are the Cowboys about to make a big move? The Cowboys getting Brandon Cooks under the fold, okay? They have restructured his deal, okay? He was due to be basically at $18 million is what he's supposed to be making for this year. Doesn't change any iota. Eastside Harold's team is still paying him $6 million. What the Cowboys did was they took $8 million of his base salary and converted into a signing bonus, and so his salary technically for this year from the Cowboys would be $4 million, and he will actually be only a $6 million cap hit. So giving the Cowboys an extra $6 million um, to work with. So now David Wiley. What's up, David Wiley? Appreciate the super chat, my man. David Wiley is going to be hitting the road, Jack, with the rest of us when we go to the draft in just a little bit over a month. Man, tomorrow's already the 21st. So we are literally not far away from the NFL draft. So here's the deal. The Cowboys, after 1 week, after just 1 week of free agency, have yet to sign any free agents that aren't their own. Not a single one. But they've definitely improved themselves. In fact, where you look at where we are, and shout out to Twiz Digga actually is like, man, you got yourself a solid number two right there to go with CD Lamb, and admits that Michael Gallup should be better than he was. Crazy Corvette, what's up? Angelica Baron, welcome back, Angelica. How are you doing? We need Bobby Wagner. I think it gives us 15 million free space. I think you may be right on that. We were at like 9 million, so we should have gotten 6. So somewhere you're right, 15 million right now. But remember, we get 10.9 come June 1st because of Zeke Elliott's money. So technically, we're talking about we got roughly about 26 million. Now, and I don't know if the Cow here's the bottom line. Here's the bottom line. If the Cowboys want to do something, they can do anything that they like. They can go through, there's other places they can get money if they're saying we're pushing the chips in, that we're going all in to try and get some players if they want. It's never been a problem of doing it. It's been a lack of desire to do it. So that's where we are with that. Yeah. So 25 million to play with. And there's more that they can get. If they decide to put an extension on Dak Prescott's contract, they can spread out some of his money down there too. And people say, "Oh, well, they're going to use that money for C.D. Lamb and Amari Cooper." But if you actually look at Tariq Hill's deal, where he signed a was it 4 year, 100? No, I'm sorry, 5 year, $120 million deal. Was it 5 years or 4 years? No, it was 4 years. 4 years, 30 million a year deal. His cap number was only like 4 million or 5 million. Bobby Wagner, come on. If he meets all the goals, Thomas Garrett, what's up? Twizdigger, Alan, appreciate that, bud. I only talk crap with people rile me up. Otherwise, I just talk football. Shut up. Twiz has been a great fan in here. David Gold, maybe get Pollard to sign. Surprised Dak hasn't been extended yet. Well, that's when you start talking about big money contracts. You know, you want to make sure that you got the number right. It's one thing to extend Brandon Cooks, you know, move the money around like that. When you talk about tying yourself up with your quarterback for way down the road, that's not a weekend discussion. That's where you really, really have to do your homework. And I'm a Dak fan. I'm a Dak fan. So um, I'm going to be the one to say, make sure you dot your T's and cross your I's and make sure you get that shit right. The Joneses have screwed the pooch on Dak Prescott's contract before. They should have done it right after Kirk Cousins got his deal, and we would have saved a whole bunch of money. But that's Cap Boy for you. So how's everybody doing tonight? Are you feeling good about the Dallas Cowboys right now? I almost wish that this was our Sunday stream so that way we could really kind of get into the meat of all this. Good evening, Brad Harris. How are you doing? I love weed. What's up, Thomas Garrett, um, Alan Williams? Okay, David Gold, Hector. Um, what I still am happy about, at least, is we're filling in the areas of need. So as we get ready to go with David Wiley, with Game Time and Prime Time, with DMV and Daniel to Kansas City, Kansas City. Here we come. Um, we could be in a position to draft the best player available as opposed to filling a hole. Now, for me, I still want to get my defensive line taken care of. I made a big mistake in here this morning, and I think it was, because I was tired, boss. I was real tired. Reven S, what's up? Reven S, when you think about it would okay. It would have been helpful if we'd had him last year for the playoffs. But we were talking about giving up a number two for him, and we're close on that. But they wanted a number one and for you to eat all their contract. They got hosed. They'd been better off taking the deal that we had before. They still took $6 million of his cap and only got a fifth round pick. So yeah, that was a great move. Thank you, David. I'm glad you enjoyed the tailgate. Hopefully, we'll be doing more again this year, and hopefully, at some point, the Commanders will get a better stadium than that dump they got right now. If they finally get Daniel Snyder, to sign on the dotted line and the owners to approve it. What's up, Ruben? How are you doing today? Eddie Logan. What's up? Is there anything new? So far, I have not heard anything about Ronald Jones. We know he came in, they're kicking the tires on him and stuff, but that hasn't broken, at least not yet. Well, it's a fifth this year and a sixth next year. Um, Basically, that's the Amari Cooper deal, right? That's exactly what it was. The Cowboys, you have to understand, they're creatures of habit. They had to do that deal that way so that way they could feel better about themselves because of what happened with Amari Cooper. They just did. Um, what's up, OG Action Pal? How you doing, Action? Crazy Corvette, come on to AT&T for a game, and I'll be there. I definitely will be there this year. I did not go this past year. Um, as Tom Brady would say, shit happens. I love you are some good green man. So I was hoping that we were going to see Eastside Herald in here with the breaking news that Dalton Schultz has signed along with Noah Brown, with the Texans, but I don't see him here because I figured he'd be ecstatic about that great talent that they got from the Cowboys. Stacy Schubert, how are you doing? Um, Mark, what's this news about? I have not heard that news. I'll have to look that up, Derek. Um, how am I doing? Prayers up. Yeah, thank you. How are you doing? Prayers go up, blessings come down. Amen on that one. Um, last night, I just want to touch on this. If you were watching the intro here, last night was really kind of cool. I'm kind of. I'll be honest with you. I'm tired, boss. I'm real tired with the red brick house and things. But I was up late last night because I had the interview with Mr. Davis from Mice Media, who was one of the witnesses with Michael Irvin's case. And I really, my personal feeling is, I think Michael Irvin is innocent. I'm sorry if that's all it took to be sexual harassment. Man, there's a lot of people that need to be locked up. I'm hoping that the truth comes out and that eventually he gets exonerated, gets his money, gets his job back, and everything else. But I did that about midnight last night, and then the Wi-Fi is very slow, so you have to make sure the computer doesn't shut down while it's going through. Isaac's being moved to D tackle per Quinn's request. Okay, I hadn't heard that. I'm gonna have to check that out. Cook restructures only for 6 million cap hit. Yeah, that's cool. That now we got about 15 million to work with right now. So the Lions are better than last year's Eagles. Well, here's the thing that's kind of interesting because you notice the Lions are trying to be players this year in the same way that you look at the Eagles last year were big players in free agency, but now this year the problem for the Eagles are they're losing talent. They're losing talent left and right. Quite. Let's take a look here. I mean, have they lost anybody else since this morning? Let me pull it up here because you just told Bobby Wagner to join the American team on his Instagram. Did he respond? Let's say, did he respond? Um, trying to pull this up real quick because I want to get the list. I want to make sure I got the list right. So the Eagles have lost T.J. Edwards to the Bears. C.J. Gardner to the Lions. Lions are loading up. Be careful. Watch the Lions. Kazir White to the Cardinals. Miles Sanders to the Panthers. Uh, Hargrave to the 49ers. Marcus Epps to the Raiders. Isaiah Semello to the Steelers. Gardner Minshew. I don't know. That's a big loss. They lost Gardner Minshew. So they are hemorrhaging players. Not to mention they lost their offensive defensive coordinator. Mark, tell Philly 500 that send him it. Send him it. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, God. I'm sending what to Philly 500? We miss you in the live chats on Sunday. I love weed. I can't wait to see Philly 500 cry, cry, cry this season. Now, understand the Eagles have a great core of people. I think they're going to take a step back, but I still think they're going to be a good team. This year is going to be interesting because you look at and say San Francisco, is adding players on top of what they had. That's one of the best teams I think out there, players wise. If they can get their quarterback situation settled, they are the team to I almost have to say to beat. The Eagles, mm, Sigma on a square. Mark, the trolls and fake fans have been out today, all over the weekend. They are jelly, like a bean. You know what I mean? Okay. Well, surprisingly, the Eagles have been kind of light. We haven't had the usual, Dak regress. Cowboys suck. We haven't, we got our usual great people like Twiz Digga. I haven't seen Philadelphia in here yet, but our usual decent Eagle fans have been in here. CJ Gardner said the Lions are better than the Super Bowl Eagles. Wow. Oh man, yacht. Wow. He might lose his mind. We'll be all right. We got two first. Yeah, but here's the problem for you on that Twiz. You guys haven't done great with your first round picks in recent years. The last lights out first round pick you had was Lane Johnson. What was that 2013? 2013. Eric Walls, amen, Mark. As a Seahawk guy, I can confirm the 49ers are as tough out. Believe me. Yeah, you definitely. I tell you what, them getting Hargrave on that defense. As much as I hate the Eagles and things, Hargrave was a hell of a talent. That one's got to hurt. Twist, who you want at 10 or trade? That might not be the worst thing for the Eagles because they have the two first. What do you have? What two more picks or three more picks that are all late round? So the Eagles may want to try and take one of those ones and try and create some more picks out of it. Do you think that Isaac will be better at tackle, or do you think the switch will even work? Um, I don't know. We'll have to see on that one. We'll have to, apparently they think it'll work. We'll find out. Left hand up. Okay. Alan, my guy. Um, you want to see Rhodes in 14 to 16 to get, okay. Unbelievable for the 49ers trade. I still remember the Eagles coaches was fighting in the war room. What happens now with T.Y. Hilton? Um, T.Y., good question. Here's what I wouldn't be surprised of. One, that the Cowboys are still working on getting some more cash. And the question is something big about to happen there? That's a possibility. We all know how the Dallas Cowboys roll. Um, I think that this year the Cowboys are finally saying enough of this crap. We're going to try and do this thing, and getting Brandon Cooks for a fifth. Like, you mean we still have our first or second or third or fourth and a fifth? And we ended up having Stephon Gilmore added to the mix. So you look at our secondary and say, we have one of the better secondaries in football. And now you started addressing the wide receiver spot. Now, I looking yeah, and I've had this discussion. I wish my man Game Time were in here right now. Looking at what the Cowboys are paying right now for Tony Pollard, I think maybe for the first time that next year we're going to see a franchise number go backwards because running backs. I'm going to say that um, Saquon Barkley screwed up by not taking the $12.5 million offered to him in the middle of the season. I'm not sure that he's going to get a contract offer for more than that right now. I'm not sure that any running back is going to get a deal like that anymore. Oh, Mike. Get Calais Campbell. I would love to get Calais Campbell. That would be insane. He's not. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. He is not the guy he was 3 or 4 years ago, but he can still play. And if you put him in a part-time role, if you can get him for a decent price, a veteran minimum, and say, hey, um, we're trying to make a run here and we could use some help. Joseph Heatherly, shout out to Joseph. How are you doing today? I said we could get Wagner for 1 year, $9 million. The thing last year, what he wanted was actually more stability. And so you would be better off, David, actually signing it for like a 2 year deal or a 3 year deal where you can spread that money out. Um, to be honest with you, the Rams letting him go didn't necessarily make any sense because, I mean, basically they paid him $15 million for 1 year because they took the $12 million cap hit this year and they paid him $2.5 million last year. Had they just kept him on the roster, I mean, they could have cut him, next year, and it would have only cost another 7 million. So you could have had his services for the price that you basically saved. Well, Thomas, if you put, tell you what, if you put Calais Campbell and get Bobby Wagner on that defense and bring back Hankins, I'm good on defense. I would be so good on the defense right now. Um, I would love to add an offensive lineman and a tight end, but I think the tight end will come in the draft. Asman, 330. What's up? How are you doing? I forgot about Anthony Callaway. I'm hoping he can still bring the noise. Demboy Kicks, what's up, man? How are you doing? We have 3 tight ends in the roster, Joseph, and we uh yeah, I think they will. Darnell Washington, 6'8" beast. You could get him at 26. I know taking a tight end at 26 may not be popular, but since you've got a wide receiver, you want a big target. You want a guy who can be Dak Prescott's security blanket. There you go. Cole's Cowboy, what's up? Eagles think they're getting Bijan. Okay. All I'm asking for is Calais is just man the interior defense with Hankins so we can free up our linebacker. Oh, Mike, you're speaking my language, bro. No, yeah, and that's Dallas OB. I misheard this morning. I got 3 hours sleep last night. Do I look like I got 3 hours sleep last night? And I thought I heard that Hankins signed with the Lions. So I maybe it was a bad dream. Devin, what's up, man? How are you doing? He could be the next Kelsick. Wouldn't ooh. But he's so big. That's what I'm talking about, having a big target. Wags wants to go to a contender, so Howie might try. He might try and grab him, but hold on. Twist, 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 twist. Do you honestly believe, with all of the hemorrhaging that you guys have been doing, that you are still the contender? Your safety just said the Lions are a better team than your team was. The Lions. You can't pass on Wagner 2 straight years. Yeah, Catboy can. Um, Mark, I still believe if we don't get a run stuff in the middle, all those moves don't matter if we can't stop no one's running game. Hard to disagree with that one. Hard to disagree. But hard to disagree to a point. And the reason I'll say that is having 2 really good corners is going to help give you some covered sacks. That's going to help your defense quite a bit. But I agree, we do need to get more pressure in the middle. Joseph, Philly's a contender. Thank you. I needed a good laugh. Eagles don't have enough money. They can't afford CJ, man. Ferguson literally played similar to Kelsick, but Washington can be in the red zone threat. Chris B, I think that the Lions this year are the Eagles of last season. They're going out there and they're trying to get some talent. They actually feel like, you know what? We actually have a decent team this year. Let's add to it. Hankins or B Wags, pick one. Ooh, I would take Bobby Wagner. Take Bobby Wagner. You're talking about a linebacker that doesn't get injured, that is still, I know he's slowed down, but he's slowed down to 140 tackles. You put him in rotation, with you got Van Der Esch, you got Damone Clark in there, and hopefully we'll finally see Jabril Cox. Then you can afford to get a guy injured and not lose everything like we did last year. Oh, Eddie Logan, Philly a contender for the Poop Bowl. Damn. Marquette to Hay. I can't actually I got more man, I got so much stuff to do, brother. I'll hit the hay when I'm dead. Okay? I'll hit the hay when I'm dead. I mean, am I looking that tired there? I love weed. Or do I just look like I'm high? What's my thoughts on drafting a running back in the first round? I tell you what, if Robinson falls to 26 and you re-sign Hankins and Wagner, I say you draft him. Because if we are to take Mike McCarthy on his word of what he said, he likes to run the ball. If he likes to run the ball, let's get a back that can run the ball. And if we're talking about having the defense being able to shut down people, go ahead. Get Bobby Wagner in the middle. Get a nice, Hankins in the middle there. And then your defense can shut people down, and then you will be able to run the ball more. Wagner is Ray Lewis. Wagner is Ray Lewis, but quiet. Mama said, knock you out. You know what? I feel like Mama's already to knock me out. Puck Pilly. Pearl, I don't think he signed anywhere, and Dan Quinn knows Wagner. Oh, no, he hasn't signed anywhere. And he took his time last year signing. He's a veteran. He doesn't want to be there for OTAs and workouts and all that stuff. He's going to take his time. And remember, he's his own agent, which has to be one of those things that Jerry Jones loves because Jerry hates dealing with agents. Jerry Jones would rather get you in his office and say, hey, Bobby. How you doing, Bobby? We got your coach here. We got Dan Quinn, and we're America's team here. And I tell you what, Bobby, here in Dallas, we have a thing that used to be known as the Doomsday Defense. You know how many Hall of Famers that I have, or excuse me, the Cowboys have from those Doomsday defenses? Well, I tell you what, Bobby, you come here, I can guarantee you that you'll be up there with the rest of those guys there. We'll be the doomsday, the Bobby Wagner led doomsday defense here. Okay. All right. And we gonna get you another one of those rings. Cause see, we understand that they screwed the pooch there, that they were mad. They were mad at Mr. Skittles there. They should have just run the damn ball there. And see, if we get you here, you ain't got to worry about that when we get on the goal line because we will run the damn ball. We'll get you another. Come on, Bobby. How about you come on over here and sign that contract here? You got plenty of money, buddy. But what you don't have is that second ring. And I guarantee you we're going to get that. Sounds like great news for the big D on Bobby Wagner being his agent. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He is his own agent. So he's like, I ain't paying 10% to somebody else to work out a deal, sign a couple of papers for me. He's like, screw that. We did. We got Mariota. Okay. Mariota. You happy with Mr. Subway? That's Twiz? Twiz, that's your big move? Twiz? That's it? Twiz? That's you're satisfied with that? I don't know.
By the way, can't think back here, and so before we start this video, I gotta get this mother humping thing out of the way. Mark Holmes is my daddy. Okay, that's out of the way. Ow!
Lady Libra, what's up, Lady Libra? How are you doing tonight? Yes, you are 100% right. If I had told you, if I had told you 2 weeks ago that the Dallas Cowboys would re-sign Leighton Vander Esch, would franchise tag Tony Pollard, would bring back Donovan Wilson, get Stephon Gilmore, get Brandon Cooks, and still have $16 million in the bank with another 11 coming, would you have been happy? Would you say, ain't no way in hell? Hurts has never won a Super Bowl. True. Cam Newton, yes, is doing workouts, basically doing his own pro day. Wentz did. Ooh, too soon. Yes, the Cowboys offense is going to the Texans. Yes, that's kind of fitting. You notice we have not seen Eastside Harold up in here. Frederick the artist is in Madrid, Spain. You know, Frederick, I said that too with Odell. Yeah, the thing that's amazing this year is the price tag for people. So Odell, yesterday basically saying, I don't know who said $20 million. Um, I never asked for 20 million, but 4 million, which is apparently what somebody has talked to him about, as he put it, that ain't it. So you realize that he's getting lowballed. If you hear, people only offer him $4 million and you really want him, then you say, okay, I'll offer you 5. That ain't 4. Um, but it doesn't sound like they're getting there. Eastside is hurting. But when does that ever stop to Eastside from coming in and talking trash, though? Fair East Side. Oh man, East Side, come out and play. Come on, East Side. Damn, Gary. Cowboys are dead now. Okay. All right. If you were the GM, if you were the GM and you had $16 million still left with another, roughly 11 coming in June 1st, what would you do? Ooh, Al Woods was. Oh my goodness. Hold up. Let me pull up his stats. Damn. Al Wood is a big brother. Al Woods last year, 14 games, 2 sacks, 6'4", 330. He's definitely a wide body. Last year, 2 sacks, 27 solo tackles. He still is relatively young, if I remember right. No, oh no, he's old. Shit. Why did I think he was only like in the league about 6 years? Um, his best season was probably in Indianapolis in 2017 with 44 tackles and 5 tackles for a loss. Definitely in 1 sack. Definitely a big body to go in the middle. That would be interesting, but he is getting up there. I think I would rather go Calais Campbell. Go after D Hop. I don't see them going after D Hop to go ahead because you're talking about now trading more draft capital. Yeah, I heard that about Zeke might be with the Bills, but then again, sometimes you hear rumors like that to try and get people to bite. Shout out to Joe DeMasi, member for 4 months. Don't some free agents come in for a visit? They did, but we have not heard any word on if there's any signings to be or that they've left the building or so on. Alakan is moving to defensive tackle. That that is a surprise. I did not. I did not see that. Let me look it up. I still don't see anything about it. I'm just going to have to take your guys' word on it. No, I don't see anything on that one right now. Yeah, I heard it on Dallas Cowboys. Oh, I didn't see Dallas Cowboys report. Lola, Miss Hot Sauce, what's up? What's up? What's up? Cowboys official site. I'll have to check it out later. It's been a crazy, crazy day. And it's been, I mean, I've just been running around like a crazy man. So haven't actually had a chance to sit down. I got here about 40 minutes before the live stream and sat down, got this all set up and ready to go and trying to get caught up on the news, but I missed that one. Yeah, Dallas will get him a long-term deal, but they've got time. Him and CD Lamb, they both will get him. It's because G-Bag was joking about it. The struggle is real. You think that Odell Beckham Jr. would take $8 million from Jerry? He really wants to play for the Cowboys. Well, he ended up picking up the phone and calling the Giants and saying, "Hey, give me a buzz." So I don't know. Dak was on the Super Bowl and got a trophy. More than he can say about the about her. Ooh. Well, I tell you, I think I'd still rather have my team in the Super Bowl. Yes, Brandon Cooks, who just got here yesterday, has already been restructured. So now his cap hit has been cut in half to just $6 million, leaving us with $15 million. Mark, we know we love you, but is that any different? Oh, I think today a little more than usual because usually I'm asleep by 12. It was about 2 o'clock when I went to sleep tonight. James, your birthday is April 6th. Remind me on April 5th so that way I remember it. Isaac Alarcon switching from offensive line to defensive line. Yeah, that's what everybody's telling me, and I'm kind of surprised on that one. He's still a little bit. Can we fatten him up? Can we take him to just like eat like the 75-ounce steaks, like every night and for breakfast? I'd like to see him get a wide body, like that fire hydrant, and put, hey, why not? They took Mark Tuinei from defensive tackle to make him a great offensive tackle. So why not? Um, I don't know if it's sunburn or windburn because it's been so windy and cold out. So yeah, it is. It's definitely a little touchy feely. Thanks for noticing. I will be 57 on March 31st. Shout out to Angelica Barone joining my 57 club. I used to be bad news or no news around this time of year. It's like bonus Christmas. We didn't know how to act. You're right about that one. Zeke's going to be one of the captains wherever he goes. Okay. Am I having what day of the week is it on? Is the 6 on? James? Easy peasy. Hey, you can invite me to the 72-ounce steak competition. I love that. I need birth certificate proof. Okay. Lassay just turned 51. Shout out to Lassay. Lassay, make sure you get the colonoscopy, bro. Angelica, hey, that's a great date. My mom's was also born on the 31st. Captain Crutch. Odell Beckham Jr. didn't want to play with Danny Dimes back then, so what's changed? Right now, he just wants to play somebody. Damn, Christopher, you've been watching that long when I just turned 50? Yeah, I've been on here for quite a while. I'm worried about the tight end position more than the running back. You have to understand that the West Coast offense is predicated on great tight end play. Um, and you need to be able to block and you need to be able to catch. You know, you start thinking about guys like Dwight Clark um, back with the 49ers and the catch and things. You want a big body who can move but can leap and get, basically get you those possessions. And the thing about tight end, it's I think people overlook it. Sometimes your tight ends become more important than your wide receivers. And you look at teams that are consistently in the Super Bowl, always have a great, tight end, one of the top, you know, 5 or 10 tight ends. Look at Kelsey, right there. Even the Eagles, Dallas Goddard is a really, really good one. John McGrew, we will be a 50, you'll be 50 March 23rd. Man, that's just tomorrow's 21st, so Thursday. Happy birthday to you, John. A little early. Ferguson's now. Here's what's interesting is um, Brother Roz, and I can't seem to get in touch with Brother Roz. Brother Roz was basically saying that Jake Ferguson could be a mini Kelsick in the future. That his numbers as a rookie were very, very similar to what he had. No, actually, I remind is October 10th, but close, close. Um, Donnell Washington, Derek, that's I'd love to see him. Darnell Washington is my favorite right now. And I'm just going to leave the list right there. Kelsick shouted out Ferguson. Well, here's the thing. You had Andy Reid who wanted to get Ferguson. Should have kept Rich. Oh my God, Chris. Jeez, John Ridgeway. That's the mistake that's going to come back and haunt us. Big mistake. I agree. Donnell Washington can block, can be our extra lineman. Dalton Schultz rejected a 3-year, $36 million offer from us, yet he accepted the trash Texan. I wonder how does that feel to go from having Dak Prescott throwing to you and the being part of the Dallas Cowboys? I know it's only 4 hours away to Houston, but hmm, the Texans? Hmm. Hmm. That's not good, bro. That's not good. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Hope all is well. And I'm a huge Dallas fan. I'm always checking your content out. Keep it up, man, and thank you. I'm not quite. I appreciate that. I'm not quite up on my game tonight. I'm tired. I'm just like literally just trying to hold it together. I'm literally like, keep it up, Mark. Mike. I'm sorry, Mark. Keep it up. There we go. Dalton Schultz was just being salty. I feel like he like signing there. That's a big L for Dalton. Well, at least he's with familiar, you know, players. Noah Brown's there. Kareem Hunt is still out there. Um, I'm not sure. I'm trying to grab a veteran running back. I'm more to say draft a young guy. It's on Thursday, Mark. Cool beans. Flipping offensive tackle, defensive tackle, vice versa isn't new. Dan Quinn may actually see something that other coaches haven't seen in Alcon. Oh man, Twiz Digga, man, you ain't getting jack for your birthday, or you ain't getting jack for Christmas, or you're getting a two for a penalty. Man, no wonder you're an Eagle fan. We had heard that we had offered him a contract, but then we heard that we had not actually offered one. How much do I think our team improved? Um, I think we're definitely better in the secondary and definitely better in the wide receiving core. I'm still worried about our offensive line. Thank you, Reeves. Um, that was cool to I was not expecting to be doing that. He had actually reached out to me and said, I'm one of the witnesses for Michael Irving and things, and I love what you do, and if there's anything I can do for you, let me know. I was like, well, I can interview you, and he was like, sure, no problem. And so he's on a European schedule because he travels back and forth to Europe, and he's kind of up in the middle of the night. So he kind of was like, oh yeah, it's 12 o'clock, and it's like, yeah, but I'm kind of we can do it now. Mary Lon, what's up, Mary Lon? How are you doing? First round pick should be an offensive lineman. I hope Trenton Simpson falls to us at 26. We can get a great back in the third round. Go offensive tackle in the second round. I could live with that. We should trade our first round and a couple of second round picks for a chance for Bijan. Mm, I'm not feeling you on that one. If he falls to us there, yeah, you take him. But I'm not doing that much for a running back. Sorry. I have not given up on Gallimore. I don't know what happened to Gallimore, but you need other guys to go in there with that rotation. I do think we've improved there. We still have a lot more work to do I still think we need to do some work in the offensive line, and we do have to get another back that's going to take the load because we know Tony Pollard is only good for about 25 plays a game. Lola and on repeat. We need the best cheerleader in the first round. The fudge are you talking about? Injuries plagued Gallimore. OGB to the Jets, Carolina, Pittsburgh, Dallas. Where's okay? Yeah, who knows where Odell's going to go to? APJR, you are 100% right on that one. He has not been the same since he had the elbow injury. Philadelphia? What? Justice? That? I'm sorry, Philadelphia. That was just stupid. PDX. I'm not worried about that at this point. He is a third round draft pick who doesn't cost a whole lot. So you got time to spend to see if you got anything out of him. The question is by definition, what is a big move? Because to the Cowboys, they've made two trades in one season. So collectively, you put that together, you looked at and say we improved at wide receiver and bringing in Brandon Cooks, and we definitely improved in our secondary, bringing in Stephon Gilmore. The System Link podcast. Why don't we offer Odell $8 million and about $4 million in incentives? How about we just stay away from Odell? I'm okay with that. Oh, damn, I love weed at Philadelphia. 8K TV, I sent you Hurts fumbling, crisp and clean. I saved it for you. Oh my God, I love that. The draft, this draft is offensive line need three of offensive linemen. I'm an Eagle fan, but Mark, I respect your hustle and your loyalty to your team. Well, thank you. Shout out to you, John. Cowboys just warming up, Mark. I hope they are. I would love to see them make a couple more moves and start making the Eagles get scared. You know what? I actually want to start doing that to the Eagles because all last offseason we kept hearing, Cowboys are scared of the Eagles. Cowboys are scared. You know what? I'd like to throw that back at them. Go get Wags. It seems like more than anything else, everybody in here wants to get Bobby Wagner. And if you get Bobby Wagner, you can definitely say,
you play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it. That's the great thing about sports. You play to win. And I don't care if you don't have any wins. You go play to win. When you start telling me it doesn't matter, then retire. Get out. Because it matters.
too broke to pay attention. Damn, that should be my motto. Mark, I bet we will be doing something that we'll not even be thinking about. The next move is coming out of left field. Just have a feeling. Well, what would be out of left field? Getting a big defensive tackle? Stephon was our big move. Stop with Odell. He's not coming. Cooks is 1,000-yard. Tony Lopez, shout out to you for 38 months being a member. Man, you are the MVP. Eagles are scared of the Cowboys. Oh, yeah. I loved Herm Edwards. Herm Edwards is great. All right. We're rolling down towards the tail end here, and I'll be able to pass the F out. Is Ferguson ready? He's going to have to be. Hopefully, he's working on getting that, NFL man body, putting on a little extra beef. You wouldn't mind seeing us try and get Mark Andrews? Oh, man, Mark Andrews, that would be a big upgrade. The question is, what would it cost you? Thank you, Eric. I appreciate you, buddy. What about Todd Gurley? Is that a joke? Is that seriously Todd Gurley? I'd keep Zeke before I'd go get Todd Gurley. Thank you, Tony Lopez. Shout out to you, buddy. 38 months. Hey, that's a long time. Yeah, that's 3 years and 2 months. Something big is coming for the Cowboys, Mark. Look to Wednesday's breaking news. All right, let's say. Great show, Ty. I appreciate that, man. Gurley is retired. That's what I'm like, Todd Gurley. He had knee issues the year that Zeke got paid. I miss Zeke already. Yeah, I do, but it was time. Lola, it was time. So I am, go Cowboys, Mark Holmes, Cowboys Nation. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night. Thank you for your hard work and passion. Well, I thank you guys, and as well as you ladies, for being here and literally watching me I'm tired. I'm so tired. But I've got to take care of business. I have got to look out for all the great fans and stuff and all the people that are here supporting the channel and things. And I am going to actually go climb in the bed here, and I'm going to get some sleep. I'm going to try and get a full night's sleep. Might sleep a few minutes later in the morning, wait till about 7 to get up, and we'll be back at it. Let me say I appreciate each and every one of you guys, as well as you ladies, and we'll end on this.
What? Why do we get a wide receiver? Why do we get a wide receiver? Why do we get a wide receiver? Oh, they got some. Oh, damn, he a dog. Oh, shit, he is a dog.